everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a rundown of all the new releases we've seen in January 2022. They have been coming thick and fast. I have 11 different releases to take you through that have all come out in the past couple of weeks. We obviously have Valentine's Day coming up and then Mother's Day, so brands are starting to release their latest versions and new perfumes. I do have detailed videos on each of these that I've done as they've come out, so you can check them out if you want more information. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. I do a video like this every month, so you can check out the one for December, November, and all the way back for a long time to see the latest releases. And the links to where you can buy all these will be in the description box for UK, Europe, North America, Australia, if they're available there. And if you're a regular, do check to see if you're subscribed and turn on notifications and hit the like button as well. That really helps me. Cool, so where should I start? So I think the one that I've seen the most advertising for is the new version of YSL's Black Opium called Illicit Green. You're probably familiar with Black Opium, it's a huge bestseller, and they have lots of different versions, each with a different colour glass in the middle. This one obviously has green. Personally, I didn't find this too different to the original Black Opium. It smelled very similar. They have just added a fig note in here and fig leaf, which I do get some of, but not a lot of. Comparing it directly with the original, it was very similar. The original is a coffee, vanilla, patchouli, sexy nighttime scent. I think men tend to like the smell of Black Opium. It's a good Valentine's Day date night fragrance, I think. So I would say Black Opium Illicit Green, there's nothing wrong with it. If you like the original and you fancy a bit of a change, why not get this? But I wouldn't say it's worth having both because they're just so similar. Whereas the others in the range, like Neon, like the Intense version, Floral Shock, which is my favorite, are much more different to the original. I do have a video that goes through them all and reviews them, so I'll leave that link down below. So this one is Soki approved, but it's not that different to the original. Another huge release this month has been the new No. 1 de Chanel. This is the fragrance mist called L'Eau Rouge. In this range, No. 1 de Chanel, they've got all different face creams, beauty products, and then they have this fragrance mist, revitalizing fragrance mist. This is £90 for the 100 ml, probably one of the most expensive fragrance mists in the world. It is interesting. It's an iris, it's quite heavy floral for a fragrance mist. Often fragrance mists, especially with names like revitalizing, are very citrusy or very fresh. I wouldn't really say this was refreshing. I'd say it's more calming, floral, almost aromatic floral, kind of a bit like the smell of a spa or something. So I do think it's a very classy smell. I think it's good. They've obviously thought about this. It doesn't have camellia perfume note in, even though camellia is like meant to be in all of the different products in this No. 1 de Chanel range. Though I have to say it does smell like camellia, so they have created that kind of vibe, sort of English country garden floral scent. I think this would be nice if you're looking for something floral when you go to bed, like calming. If you're feeling particularly bougie, you know, you could definitely spray this after you've done your beauty routine. Perhaps you've got all the No. 1 de Chanel beauty routine. You know, it's definitely a decadent purchase. The fragrance did last, like it's not rubbish. You get an hour or so out of it, but it's very subtle, you know, like it's more something you'd wear around the house rather than something you'd wear to go out. So it's okay, it's surprising, but so expensive. So I'm not sure I could say that this is officially Soki approved just because I don't feel comfortable recommending you spend £90 on a fragrance mist. So next we have the latest release from Dolce & Gabbana, and this is the one Gold. You are probably familiar with the original, the one fragrance, which is a peach, vanilla, sexy scent. This new one, the one Gold, is quite different. It's much more, it's not as sexy and sweet. It's much more something you could wear in the daytime. So it has like a plum and a mandarin top note, and then it's patchouli, it's rose, jasmine, and then a vanilla in the base. But vanilla is not like the main note. It's not a big feature of the fragrance in the way that it is in the original, the one. Instead, you're getting all these florals and you're getting the plum. So it's more balanced, it's pretty, it's feminine. It's very much the kind of thing we see released at the moment, you know, patchouli, jasmine, rose. that kind of vibe, I think it'd be pretty difficult to dislike this. Whereas I'm sure that plenty of people might not like the one because it's so sweet. So I do like this. It's definitely Soki approved. It's a really pleasant smell. I would happily wear this. It's nothing particularly innovative or special, but it's definitely nice. And I think it's quite a good, nice present, like a gift. You know, it's a nice bottle. It's Dolce Gabbana, but pretty difficult to hate. So this one is Soki approved. Only thing is, because the bottle's like metallic, you get all these fingerprint marks on it. It's really difficult to make it just shiny, but it is cool that it's all gold. We had 2 new releases from Kayali, which is part of Huda Beauty. The Invite Only Amber was a classic oriental amber sort of heavy scent, quite along the lines to what we've seen from a lot of the other ambery Kayali fragrances. The Eden Juicy Apple had a lot of hype around it when it was released, lots of people talking about it. It definitely is a lovely juicy apple scent. She doesn't really have any like that in the range already, so really pleasantly surprised with this because it appeals to more of fruity fans like me. And along with that apple scent, there is a bunch of fruits of the forest, berries, blackcurrant, raspberries. So I love this scent, definitely Soki approved. It's super, super berry madness. It is an eau de parfum, but it's not really strong and amazing for lasting in the way that a lot of her oriental fragrances are. But I think what you could definitely do with this is layer it on top of other ones to add berries, to add apple scent, or wear it on its own, but maybe just during the day. I don't think it's strong enough for an evening scent by itself, which is a shame. I would like to see this be much, much stronger. But any fans of berry scents like me, you should definitely try this because it's very berry, very, very berry. Reminds me of some of the berry scents that came out from Victoria's Secret in their different fragrance mist range. Kind of smells a bit like Victoria's Secret Sharp, but obviously it is better lasting than a Victoria's Secret fragrance mist. We had a new release from Hugo Boss, the scent Le Parfum. This was a really interesting fragrance to try. It's a parfum, it's heavier than an eau de parfum, and I found this was amazing for lasting, probably of all the new releases in January. It has a synthetic note in it, which creates a woody patchouli undertone, which just lasted on my skin so well. I just did one spray and it lasted for hours and hours and hours. I couldn't stop smelling it on myself. It's really interesting, pretty scent. I think this is definitely the best from all the Hugo Boss The Scent fragrances, because some of them aren't great for lasting. I like the peach in a lot of them, but you know, this definitely lasts really well. It doesn't have the coffee in that we know from a lot of the other ones in the range. I have just done an article actually going through all the different versions of this, so I'll leave that link down below. The other main note in here is an orange blossom, but it isn't a orangey fresh orange blossom. It's a sultry evening orange blossom, which I think is great. This for me is definitely more of an evening or a winter daytime fragrance. It seems to be, at the moment, it's just in the Perfume shop. I'll leave the link down below, but I'm sure this will be available more wider soon. I couldn't find it in America yet, but when it's out, I'll update the links. We have had a new release from Juicy Couture. I think this has been out in America for a few months, but just came out here in the UK. Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy Neon. I think the Juicy Couture fragrances can be dismissed out of hand because they're kind of young, girly, bottle, but actually Viva La Juicy is an amazing scent. It's so good for lasting. You've got some berry notes in there, but loads of caramel, insanely good for lasting. And this new version Neon has that original Viva La Juicy signature scent, and then they've got a bit of a sweet grapefruit mixed in with it, so it's not that different to the original. It's just got that hint of grapefruit as well, and an orange blossom, which is beautiful. So I really liked this, definitely Soki approved. I think the bottle is crazy but really fun and really stands out. So yeah, this is definitely one of the better releases in the Viva La Juicy range. We have the new Lancome La Nuit Trésor Intense. Very excited for this release. These all La Nuit Trésor, there's 8 of them. They all come in these diamond shaped bottles, which are just stunning. So beautiful. And this new one is a sexy evening scent, just like the original. It has a bit of almond and vanilla in the base, but it's also really rosy, and then it has a sour cherry. So when you first spray it, you get a lot of that sour cherry, kind of a little bit like Montguerlain's La Petite Robe Noire, if you know that one. But that changes very quickly and the rose really comes through, and then the vanilla. So overall, it's more of a rosy perfume, but you still have the sour cherry in there. I'm wearing it now. Yeah, so I get the sour cherry, but I'm getting loads of rose as well. So beautiful evening scent, definitely my cup of tea. I love this. If you like the original, if you like La Nuit Trésor Folie or Folle, I think you'll definitely like this. Great for lasting. I think after the Hugo Boss one, this is probably the second best for lasting, as well as the Black Opium one. So beautiful. Definitely one to add to the collection. I really recommend this. We have had a new release in the DKNY Be Delicious range called Be Delicious 100%. This is actually a really interesting fragrance. It's not really like the original. It doesn't have that appley, cucumbery freshness. Instead, we've got orange blossom and rose water. When you first spray it, you get a lovely fresh pear, mandarin orange. Then you've got quite a woody tonka bean base. And I think it's that tonka bean mixing with the orange blossom, which creates like almost a Play-Doh scent. I find it really interesting. It's daytime feminine, but it's not light too light. It's that tonka bean is adding some body. It's interesting. You can't really distinguish one note from the others. Maybe the orange blossom is the main note with the tonka bean, but it's definitely an unusual combination. It's one of those ones that you keep smelling, you want to keep sniffing because your nose is like, what is this smell? So I quite like this. I don't mean Play-Doh in a derogatory sense. I love the smell of Play-Doh. But yeah, it's feminine and interesting, and quite like this one. It's definitely an interesting release. You know, they could so easily just bring out loads of different Apple perfumes. Well, they have already, I guess. But yeah, very interesting one. If you're curious about unusual scents, I definitely try this. It's definitely unusual. It's an eau de parfum, so the lasting power is good. We have a new fragrance from L'Occitane in the Herbe range. It is Herbae Clary Sage. If you haven't tried these are very much outdoors, south of France, grass, greenery, very much refreshing daytime spring scent. And of course it's L'Occitane, so you can get the exact same scent in hand cream, lotion, shower gel, etc. This new one is aromatic but fresh. You of course have the sage note in here, you have angelica, there is a fresh citrusy opening. It's pretty, it's simple, it's elegant, it's definitely daytime, spring, summer. And I think with Mother's Day or birthdays coming up, this would be a lovely gift, you know, this perhaps with some of the other products in the range, you know, it's pink, or even the green one, the original, you know, all nicely wrapped L'Occitane. I love L'Occitane. So yeah, so this is a cool new addition. And then lastly, we've had a new range out from Zara where they have collaborated with Jo Malone. Again, they collaborated with her a few years ago and created a whole range of scents which smelled just like lots of the Jo Malone fragrances, except like a fifth of the price. It's amazing. Now she's made this collection called Cityscape. I'm not going to go through all of them because I have a video doing that, but my personal favorites are Tokyo, Seoul, and Stunningly Venice. They're 3 quite feminine ones, and I think it was Tokyo in particular I found really interesting. Yeah, beautiful floral scent that. So check out my video where I go into the details on all of them. But there's gonna be candles and all that, great value for money. It's basically like you're getting a Jo Malone scent, but you're paying Zara prices. And I got the Discovery set that has them all in. So yeah, lots of different products coming out in that range. Great value for money. It's Jo Malone's interesting because she isn't involved in Jo Malone London, the sort of cream and black branded house. She sold that to Estee Lauder, a long time ago. She's since released her own fragrance line called Jo Loves, which is in Cult Beauty. It's in Space NK. I can leave a link if you're interested, and they're very similar to the Jo Malone scents. Really pretty. They have one shop. It's here in Belgravia in London. But yes, it's her that's collaborated with Zara, not Estee Lauder, who's behind Jo Malone London now. Cool. So many new releases. I'm sure there's going to be loads more in February as well. I already have some on order, so looking forward to reviewing them for you as well. But guys, let me know, have you tried any of these? What do you think? Which is your favorite release? Which one are you most looking forward to from these, or perhaps new ones you know are coming out soon? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.